We back. We back. Jay Lovelii here with lovely thoughts. Today, I'm going to talk about fear. Something that we all have. Something we all have. I think every living being, even plants, experience fear. I think that is something that we can't really get out of. We can't get rid of, right? But think about everything that you fear in life. And then think about the things that you fear that actually pose a real danger to your life. More than likely won't be that many, right? The things that I fear were not tangible things. They weren't a monster under my bed. It wasn't somebody killing me. You know, of course, those are things that are in the back of your head, of course. But a fear that constantly would come up for me, not anymore. Well, let me not say not anymore. Not as much anymore, I should say. But a fear that always would come up with me is, or I have a fear of never being loved, in a loving relationship. And then I had a fear of just not being successful. Those were two of my top fears, right? And those fears, they're not as strong as they used to be. I don't know if they'll ever completely go away, because I feel like trauma and fear, they kind of go hand in hand. And most of the time they don't completely dissipate or disappear. But not being mindful for me of those fears, what triggers those fears, and how to fight against them. Okay. So for me, like I said, I just told you what my two biggest fears normally were. And I want to talk about how fear is an illusion. It's not even real. We fear things that either happened in the past that is gone, because the past is, you can't relive the past. It's gone. It'll never come back, right? You either fear things that happened in the past, or you fear things that have never happened and you fear that they may come up in the future. Neither exist in this moment, right? So fear, or you could say false evidence appearing real, is something that we create in our mind, and we expound on it in our heads. So for instance, especially when it comes to everyday things like a relationship, or starting a business, or taking a trip or vacation, taking time off from your job, quitting your job, those things that we want to do, but we don't do because fear steps in, that's false evidence appearing real. You don't want to quit your job because you fear that what? You'll be broke. You fear that what? You won't find another job. You fear that you won't find fulfillment in another job, maybe. All of those things could not be proven to be true, right? You can't say, oh, I don't want to quit my job because I might be broke. How do you know you might be broke? You might find another job next week if you do the work. I don't want to quit my job even though I hate it here because I might find another job I don't like. How do you know that to be true? What is the evidence that's telling you that that is true? See, fear is illogical. It's an illusion. It's false. It only exists because we make it exist. But it exists in your mind and not in the physical form. You fear things that have literally no harm on you. Why? Because society, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your friends, or situations have made you feel as though those fears or those doubts are real, even though you have no evidence of them being real. Fear is an illusion. I have had so many opportunities come my way that I could have said no to due to fear. Then I wouldn't be sitting right here in front of you today. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I am one of those people that, I feel fear a lot. I feel it a lot. Okay? I'm not absolved from fear. I know a lot of people are like, you so brave, you're courageous because of the things that I've done. But I'm not absolved of fear. I just don't pay it any attention. I just move anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay? That's what Suzanne Jefferson said. Feel it. It's going to come up. The doubts, the negative thinking, all of that shit, it comes up. It doesn't disappear. Like I said, I don't feel like it may not ever go away. But the duty for you is to feel it, to recognize the fear, acknowledge it by saying, okay, I understand, but this does not mean that this is going to happen. Thinking that it's going to happen doesn't mean it's going to happen. And maybe if I know I'm afraid of it and I know what could make the thing that I fear happen, I can avoid it. Use your fear as a lesson. If I'm afraid, and I'm going to go into loving relationships, right? Because relationships can be the biggest thing that we fear in life outside of public speaking, but in death. But it could be the biggest thing that we fear in life, being in a relationship with someone, especially if we've been heartbroken before. Because again, we use the past as a reference to the future. Even though we might not know for sure what the future holds, we hold on to the past so strongly that it controls our future. So if I am afraid to fall in love again because I had my heart broken before, the illusion and the fear is I will be heartbroken again, right? But you know what heartbreak feels like. So it's not something new. It's not something you haven't experienced before. I'm not saying it's not worthy of being fearful or cautious about, but it's something you already experienced. So it's nothing new. And you also know in which ways did you experience it. You know that the partner that you chose was just not a good partner. You can use that as a source to not repeat the same mistake. Meaning, look at the partner you were with, look at their attributes, look at yourself, your attributes, and how you showed up within the relationship and how they showed up within the relationship, and choose a partner that's different than the things that you did not like in that relationship. Use the things that you are the most fearful of as a reference, as a source, as an intelligent thing that you can go to not repeat the same mistakes. So I use my fear as fuel. You know, I have dropped huge amounts of money lately on things that are going to, expand me, my brand, and myself. And I was fearful each time. And I had to ask myself, what am I afraid of? Success? Hell no, because I want that. I want success as much as I want breath in my body. I want to become the best version of myself. So for me, when the fear doesn't make sense, I just dismiss it. I don't pay it any attention. I feel it. Oh, trust me, it's all in my body. The emotions are there, the thoughts, the nerves, the anxiety, it's always there, but I ignore it. I ignore the things that fuel it, and I pivot my thought process. I pivot my vision towards that of success. Anything that is not in alignment to my success, I don't want it anyway. So I said all that to say that fear, again, is an illusion. False evidence appearing real. It's not a real thing. It's something that we create. Yes, be cautious. Yes, be smart and intelligent before you make decisions. Because decisions, no matter how big or small, they shape our life. They shape our world. However, don't move from a place of fear. Because moving from fear will have you living with regret. Okay? Again, this is Jay Lovelii signing with lovely thoughts. If you like today's message, comment below, like, subscribe to my channel, share this if you feel like somebody is worthy to listen to this and can acknowledge their fears without moving due to those fears, if that makes sense. Again, y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.